Hey everybody, Midnight Absol here. Welcome back to Renegade Platinum. We got here in Jubilee City, and went over alive in Castle Route 204, and delivered a parcel to Barry over here. We also got our the Poke Edge with every single app available to us, right from the start actually. So we don't have to worry about that anytime soon. Anyways, this time we're gonna head out to Route 203. 204 technically there are trains on 204 we can fight, but we don't need to go. But that's not the required path to go at the moment. So I'm gonna go this way. Also, I'm gonna equip some items. I'm gonna give Mira the scope lens, so that I'm gonna give her the scope lens and Vincent the charcoal. Also, if you notice, I caught a Roltoff screen. It's a male one with trace. Spoiler alert, the fairy types in this game. I went over that in the last episode. Fairy types are in this game. If you want to hear more about it, they work just as they do in Gen 6, 7, and 8 now. So, just want to point that out. Really, that's it. But I'm not using that Waltz for now. I have it in my party because I grinded up Miro to level 10 to level 10, but I just happened to find the Waltz in the grass, and I was like, you know what? I'll catch it because maybe later down the line I want to use Gallade or something. Anyways, that all done. Let's head out onto Route 3 and oh boy. Hey, James, tell me you got a little tougher. Me? Do you even need to ask? Of course I got tougher. Come on, I'll demonstrate it to you. Yep. Before we can even go over the encounters on Route 203, we gotta fight Barry immediately. And he's gonna lead off with a Starly, level 10. Not gonna really go over moves for this thing because, well, at this point, Pokemon aren't gonna really have any diverse move sets. At least not yet. So let's just go to it, and he's starting off with Prowl. Anyways, let's go. Go, Miru! Use Spark. Come on. Alright, come on. There we go. Oh, and pointless critical, but hey, Scope Lens is working. Down goes the Starly already. Now who is he sending out next? Munchlax! This is new. Barry normally has a Snorlax on his team, but now he's got the Munchlax way earlier. And if you know anything about Munchlax, this thing is a pain to deal with. So yeah. I'm gonna just use Leer. Oh boy, it's using Amnesia. Go figure. Yeah, I recommend if you can, here's a word of advice for this thing. Have all special attackers for this fight if you can help it. Even if you have to go grind something up that can use physical move, because dear God, this thing with max special defense is a pain. And also, as you can see, it has Rock Tomb. However, even with Rock Tomb, I'm still faster than it. And with a bunch of Leers, hopefully this will do something. Nope. Alright. Eevee, come on. Sorry, Miru. That's kind of bad I lost Miru because I'm worried about the next Pokemon that he's going to have. And you used a potion. Go figure. Alright, come on. Covet. There we go. That worked. And he's got his starting Piplup up at level 11 now. If you chose Chimchar like me, well, Piplup here if he chose Turtwig, he's gonna have Chimchar, and if he chose Piplup, he'll have Turtwig. So yeah, this thing. All right, offense. Come on. Actually, oh, stole its Oran Berry. Nice. So I guess that's a good thing to note. Berry, it does. This thing will have an Oran Berry. So if you're using Eevee like me, then if you're using Eevee like I am, then it might be a good idea to use Covet, and it's a good idea to not have an item for this fight. Uh-oh. Come on. Okay, Oran Berry kicks in. Our Pokemon's getting low on HP. Things should be tight here. Come on, Eevee, do it. Yeah. Nice. Level 11 for Eevee. And Barry was defeated. What just happened? I lost? Yes, you did, Barry. Sorry. Wow, what do you mean I lost? Well, that's it. That's the last time I'll ever lose. I'm going to be the world's toughest trainer, and you know it. First thing to do is to take on Oreburgh Pokemon Gym. I'm going to toughen up for that totally. Oh yeah, Sheems. There were 2 of another item in that parcel. Here, you can have one. We get the XP share. Alright. So, we got the XP share, which is a very nice tool to have. That means we can train up pretty much it. That means we can train up other Pokemon as well now a lot easier. And I think actually, I'm gonna put just to future-proof myself, I'm gonna put that, actually, no, that's probably not a good idea, actually. I just had an idea for what to do. I'll put the XP share on Miru, and I need to go back to the Pokemon Center first, so let's bike back over. I'm gonna put the XP share on Miru. There is something that I am slightly worried about, but given what I know is coming up next, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. Anyways, with that fight done, we're gonna... No, I'm just kidding. We're not ending things off here. We're not gonna end things off here, of course. We're gonna keep going, of course. On to Route 203. Oh, there's no trainer here. Oh, this! I remember this, actually. This I can't do anything with this yet. Although, there's a honestly, if you know what this is a shroom. There's a shroom machine. Shroom machine's hungry and may want an Oran Berry. We do not have one at the moment, but if we get one, then we can give it to it. Also, you could, and obviously the earliest, funnily enough, the earliest you can get the Oran Berry is actually Berry's Munchlax if you were to steal it and not use it. Unfortunately, Eevee did use the Oran Berry, so I can't give the Shroomish that. But we'll have to remember that for later. And you don't have anything useful to say, but we do have a double battle. Yes, first, we're gonna have a double battle right now. And also, Team 58 Endure. Forgot that team was there, but okay. And we get a double battle. Yeah, I'll just keep my party the way it is then. Alright, let's do this. I get my get up and go. I get my get up and go for my Pokemon. Here we go. Kricketot, Zubat. I'm never apart from my Shinx. Our bond is strong. We'll see about that. But anyways, that aside, while we're doing this double battle, let's quickly run through the new Pokemon that we can find on this route. As we're gonna have an Intimidate Fest right in here. Anyways, first new encounter on the list. Is Spearow, believe it or not. Now, Spearow, obviously, if you remember her, Spearow is a pretty okay Pokemon. Normal flying type, of course. slightly more aggressive version of Pidgey. However, I still, however, again, if, just like with pretty much everything else, what we're gonna see is pretty much every time we go over a new Pokemon, things will be different because this is a ROM hack. And Spearow is no different to that. Spearow is also going to be no different to that rule as Spearow goes to level 11. Alright? Anyway, Spearow is going to be no different to this rule just like everything else. Spearow in this case is going to now has the ability to get the Sniper ability, which makes critical hits do even more damage than they already do. A very nice ability to have. Anyways, that aside, Spearow doesn't have anything notable really to mention, although it is compatible with TM88. Again, not gonna say what that is until we find it, because oh boy, you will like what TM88 is when you find it. And also, I'm gonna start going over its fully evolved form as well, because you never know. You technically can find every Pokemon in the wild without having to level them up, but hey, I want to go. Hey, maybe you like to heavily overgrind or something. So I'm gonna go over it now. Spearow as well. Unlike Spearow, got a bit of a boost to its stats. Spearow now has a bit. Spearow's gonna have a bit more. We'll have a bit more attack now. But that's really it for its changes. It has slightly more attack. It's got a slightly higher attack stat now. It can also learn TM88, and that's really it. Although it does get Brave Bird. So hey, Spearow can do a lot more damage. Instead of just being forced to use Aerial Ace for its physical flying move, or you have to use Fly. Anyways, that aside, next on the list is C-Dot. Now, C-Dot. I'm gonna say it right now. I like C-Dot. Like, one of the first times I played through Pokemon Emerald, I had a C-Dot on my team. Unfortunately, although eventually I ended up getting rid of it for God knows what reason. I don't know. 2013 me was stupid. Anyway, 2013 was a bit of an idiot. So hey, give me a pass on that one. Anyway, C-Dot does get a few moves, so it's not completely useless until you can evolve it. It starts off with Bullet Seed. It'll start off with Bullet Seed, which is nice. It'll get Nature Power and Synthesis. No, not Synthesis. It'll get Bullet Seed and Nature Power, then Synthesis before it evolves normally. However, if you want to wait till level 20, you can get Seed Bomb early. You can get Seed Bomb a little bit early. However, you would miss out on getting Fake Out, miss on getting Fake Out on your Nuzleaf if you choose to do that. But regardless, I do like it. And Shiftry also can learn TM88. What is TM? I'll explain what that TM is later. What that TM is at a later date. But next up on the list, and finally enough, its version exclusive counterpart if you were playing Ruby and Sapphire, Lotad. Now, Lotad just like with everything else. Lotad is still very good, just like with pretty much everything else. Lotad can learn things. Lotad's being water and grass. It's a pretty good type combination, being only weak to flying and poison. Poison, and bug. Doesn't really have any major changes to it, but really it doesn't need that. It just learns a few moves that would normally learn in later generations in the series. So aside from that, nothing too interesting to know for C-Dot, surprisingly. But hey, sometimes you don't need a lot of changes to be you don't need a lot of changes to to still be a really good Pokemon. So there you go. But next Pokemon on the list will be a slight surprise. Cubone can be found here. Yes, Cubone. Cubone, and also like with normal Cubone, and also like in later games, and also with like other Pokemon, any Pokemon that you can find in Ultra Sun or Moon, because that's when the game came out when Ultra Sun and Moon were still the newest Pokemon game at the time. Any Pokemon from Ultra Sun and Moon and can hold an item will have it, unless said item does not exist in Platinum. So things like that. So Cubones will have a chance to hold the Thick Club, which is good for it and Marowak. So keep that in mind. And also again, the EV you get starts with Covet. Unless you got rid of Covet already, I would keep Covet in your move list, so that way you can get items like that really early on, which can definitely come in handy. But anyways, now we gotta talk about Cubone itself. Cubone itself doesn't seem to have anything too major done to it. It's still good. It's still a really good Pokemon, and still a really good Pokemon. Gets a few moves that it learns in later games, of course, like pretty much like everything else really in this game. But aside from that, not too much. Not too much to really know. It's still a good Pokemon. It's still a really good Pokemon, and it will serve you well, and can serve you well as a good ground type. Just make sure if you catch one to make sure it has the Thick Club, or you're going to be waiting a while to get one. But that aside, we do have two other encounters to go over. And oh boy, this one's going to be a little bit of an annoying one to catch, but if you can catch it, you'll have one of the better special attackers in the game, as of this point in the series. Abra, as you know, can usually be a pain to catch because normally it only learns Teleport. However, that's not the case. That's not really the case now. Abra also normally is a pain to train up because Abra would normally have a lot of moves, but only Teleport before evolving at level 16 into Kadabra. Again, not going to be the case anymore. Abra's got some moves that it can actually use before you can evolve it. So Abra won't be completely useless to you. Considering that Abra's got a pretty good special attack as an Abra, you can actually do pretty well you'll actually be able to do pretty well with it, which is a good thing, which is really good. Now Abra also is going to get Abra can learn quite a good special moves. In fact, I think almost any special TM Abra can learn at this point will have it. Now, so Abra's gonna also have Magic Guard for an ability now. So instead of having Air Focus, Abra will now most likely have Magic Guard, which prevents additional effects which will prevent things like poison, paralysis, burn, or sandstorm to affect it, which is a really nice thing to have. Ooh, and Mira's learning Bite here at level 12, which is very nice. I'm gonna get rid of Howl. Actually, no, I am wrong. I was wrong about the thing. I was trying to find Abra in my notes and I couldn't, so I was thinking of a later game where Abra does. I was thinking of the of Blaze Black where Amber learns a move. Or I was thinking of the next game where Amber learns moves before it evolves, but I was wrong. Amber still only has teleport, unfortunately. But hey, you just got the XP share, so that's a less of a concern. Amber can still do something before it evolves. Amber can still be in your party. You won't have to worry about training it up that much. Just slap the XP share on it, and you're good. But I will say this: you might be thinking, why would I want to catch an Abra? Cause Abra can't evolve into Alakazam. Think again, my friend. Kadabra will now evolve into Alakazam at level 36. Any Pokemon that can be evolved via trade without an item will usually evolve around level 36 to 40. And you will be able to use them. So things here like this Machop, actually, you could catch a Machop, train it up, and you'll be able to actually use Machamp, which is a very nice thing to have. But that aside, that's Apple for you. There isn't, and there are only a few other things really to mention. Pineco can be found here using the Poké Radar. Pineco doesn't have anything too notable, and Pineco doesn't have anything too notable to mention, but it's a very good wall. Pineco's a pretty good wall, Pineco's a pretty good wall, and if you send it out, and if you have you can also set it up, have your Pineco set up to explode after setting down stuff like spikes, toxic spikes, and stealth rocks if you so choose to, if you want to go that route. But yeah, Pineco's there, and via the old rods which we got in the last episode, Magikarp and Corphish. I did fail to go over Corphish last time because I wasn't paying attention to my notes and completely skipped it. Completely skipped Corphish, unfortunately. So let's go over Corphish now. Now Corphish. This little thing is actually pretty good. I've always wanted to use Corphish, and I finally got to use one in the recent playthrough of Omega Ruby. Mainly because in Gen 3, Corphish is pretty bad because both Water and Dark are special, and Corphish and Crawdon are physical attackers. So yeah. Anyways, Corphish can now have the adaptability ability. Again, try saying that 5 times fast. They can now have adaptability as their main ability instead of just shell armor. It still has Hyper Cutter as its other ability, but I would highly recommend going for adaptability if you can. Because that can actually do quite a lot of damage. Anyways, that aside, nothing really interesting for the Corphish line. Aside from the ability change, their moves are. They get their updated movesets from Generation 7, Ultra Sun and Moon, and their stats haven't been altered in any way. But aside from that, Corphish could be a pretty good Pokemon for you. But with that, that's everything for 203. That's everything for Route 203. So hey, did pretty good there. They did pretty good there. And there was a lot of good Pokemon that you could pick up for your team at that point. Anyways, that aside, back to this battle. I've had to slog through these fights because I've had to go back and heal after all 3 of these fights because either my team got beat up, either because I got beat up really bad, or someone fainted. So yeah, even with these early route battles, which you would think you could just breeze straight through with no problem whatsoever, yeah, guess again. This is definitely showing you. Guess again, it's not as easy as you think it is. trainers are actually going to be trainers will actually try and be smart. Will be a little bit smarter in how they pick their moves. They'll have a lot more Pokemon a lot more Pokemon and a lot more moves available to them at the start. So you're not just dealing with Starly's Badoo's and Badoo's that can only use very weak moves. So yeah. And Miro grows to level 14, surprisingly before Vincent did. And Azurill. Also, by the way, Azurill is a fairy type. Just to prove it, I'm gonna do Scratch and I'm gonna do Bite. So, I'm gonna do Scratch and Bite here, so watch. Did Bite, and it's resisted. So yeah, Azurill's also got its fairy typing here as well. Just to show that off for anybody who didn't watch the last episode. Anyway, now let's finish this thing off and finish off this double battle as well. Can I get 2 level ups? Nope, Vincent didn't level up. Finish so soon? Oh, I lost. Alright. Oh, and immediately after a random encounter. Hey Bidoof, what's up, buddy? Anyways, that side. There's an item over there, but actually, don't I have repel? Actually, I've got repels, don't I? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got repels. Let's go get this. What is this? A Soothe Bell. Nice. That's good if you're raising a Pokemon with a happiness. It's good to give a Pokemon that needs happiness to evolve. But now we have this guy. Sparkling Poké, Jarvis is a traveler, he's still pretty new, but it's all good, you're a new fellow friend of Pokemon, so let me get Machine, HMO 6, Rock Smash. So, Rock Smash obviously allows you to smash boulders, you know the drill with this. You know the drill with this thing. Rock Smash normally isn't pretty good, but if you noticed here, Rock Smash has 60 power now. So, Rock Smash got a minor buff, and it can actually be slightly more usable in the early game, until you can get to the move deleter. It's now 60 power, and again, still has a chance to lower defense. Anyways, that aside, yeah, Rock Smash got a bit of a buff. Also, the rocks that are normally blocking the way here, that you would need Rock Smash for, are gone. So, you can go to the bottom part of Orberg Mine here very easily now. Or, no, wait, no, this is Orberg Gate, never mind. But anyways, that's not the point. That's not the point here. We have more new encounters that we can go over here. So, while we're doing this, let's go over the new encounters for Orberg Gate. And we're gonna go over both floors here because there's some differences here. But starting off with the first floor, we have, go figure, one of the most obvious Pokemon that you can find in a cave of all time, Zubat. Yep, Zubat's here. Zubat's here. You should have expected that. Did you really think Zubat would not be here? Ooh, and Vincent's oh, hang on. I'm gonna stop the battle for a sec. No, not Zubat. Jesus. Vincent's learning Flame Wheel. Yes, Flame Wheel at level 14. A very good move for this thing, for Vincent to have. Anyways, Zubat can learn TM88, of course. It gets Wing It, and unlike before, Zubat's going to have Absorb, Supersonic, and Astonish as starting moves. They'll get Bite at level 7, Wing Attack at 10, Poison Fang at 13, Confuse Ray at 15, and then it gets Leech Life, which has been buffed, which has its Gen 7 buff as well. So yeah, Zubat can actually be decently good before you evolve it, which is a really cool thing. Golbat still has it. Golbat still is going to have its normal. It's going to have its normal moves that it would have. It's going to have normal Golbat moves once it evolves. And yeah, nothing too interesting to know with that. But hey, I'm not complaining because I'm not gonna complain because Zubat is actually pretty. Zubat's actually gonna be pretty good, and yes, Vincent is evolving. Vincent is going to be evolving. So there we go. First evolution of the series. Vincent evolved into Monferno. And Vincent wants to learn Mach Punch. I'm absolutely going to learn that. I'm going to replace Scratch with that. And there we go. Alright, so we got our first evolution. We got our first evolution of the series, which is very nice. But anyways, back to Crobat real quick. Crobat doesn't have anything too interesting to know. It does get things like Nasty Plot. It does get things like Nasty Plot and Zen Headbutt. So hey, and higher level. So and it also gets Brave Bird. So hey, there's some interesting moves for you to use with that. But that aside, the next most obvious Pokemon here. The next most obvious Pokemon that you can find here, Geodude. And Geodude is okay to use at the start. It's still gonna be slow. There are grass types all over the place. There are grass types all over the place here at the beginning. So I recommend watch out for that. It can be very easy to get taken out by one of those. But Geodude will get things like rock pulse to make it slightly faster at the start, to make it slightly faster while in a fight, so it won't be outsped by everything if you can get one of those off. Aside from that, Geodude's moveset is nothing special. It still has all the moves that Geodude would normally learn. Really, the only notable thing for this evolution line is actually Golem. You get Golem at level 36, just like with Kadabra. However, Golem once you get it. If you were to take Golem to the move relearner, you can get Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Iron Head from the move relearner, which are level 1 moves for a Golem. So, very interesting move. Very interesting moves for it. Very interesting moves for Golem there. So, I could recommend picking those up. I could recommend learning those moves for your Golem because those could definitely pack a punch. Quite literally in some cases. Anyways, next up here is conveniently Diglets. Diglett, trio. I just had to do that, okay? Okay. When I watched the original Pokemon anime for the first time, I saw that it was like it was kind of catchy at that point when I heard it for the first time. But anyways, Diglett. Again, Diglett has Arena Traps, so this is okay. Never mind. You don't have a ground move yet. Never mind. We're okay. So yeah. Ooh, Amir grows to level 15 off of that. Nice. And wants to learn Charge. That is not a great move. I am not going to learn that. Anyways. And Miru evolving now. 2 evolutions in the same cave. I like that. Miru evolved into Luxio. Uh, Very nice. So now our two of our 3 main team members at the moment have evolved. And Miru is still Miru's gonna be even better now for us, which I like a lot. Anyways, now we can get that XP share off of it. And just to uh why not? I'll put it on Badoo because if you've played Platinum before, you know what the first gym leader is, so why not? So why not put it on Badoo so that way I can improve myself just in case. Anyways, let's give Miru the scope lens. And let's quickly anyway, back to Diglett. Diglett is fast. It's a pretty good physical attacker. It doesn't have any ability changes, or in fact, Diglett's one of the few Pokemon that doesn't really have any major change. It's one of the Pokemon that has like very few changes at all. Really the only thing Diglett got is that it had. Really the only thing for Diglett is that it has its moveset. It's learned Diglett into Trio of its moveset from Generation 7. Aside from that, nothing really for the Diglett line. Then again, just like with the Lotad line. Oh, howdy, trainer. Oh, you don't have a single gym patch? You better do something with that. I'll take you to the gym. Anyway, while this person's taking us to the gym real quick. Anyway, just because it's a ROM hack doesn't mean and Pokemon are getting stat increases and new moves left and right doesn't mean that everything needs to be buffed. Some Pokemon are fine just the way they are. Anyway, Barry. Oh, it's you, James. You finally got here? You're slow like always. But anyways, the gym leader's tough. Like, seriously tough. The gym leader's this tough, I wonder if he compares to my dad. Huh? I just drifted there. Anyways, the gym leader's gone off to the coal mine. If you want to take on the gym leader, you better go off to the mine. We'll definitely have to make sure of that. There's a clown here. I don't remember what that clown does, so I'll have to check in a second. Anyway, let's quickly heal up because Vincent is currently fainted. But anyways, there is one other Pokemon I want to talk about. There is one other Pokemon to mention on the main floor. On the main floor of Orberg Gate. And that Pokemon, if you believe it or not, is Riolu. Riolu can be found here. If you were unlucky and you didn't get Riolu and you weren't able to get Riolu early on, well, good news for you. Riolu is available right here in Orberg Gate. So you don't have to feel bad about that. You don't have to feel too bad about missing out on it earlier. And oh boy, Riolu is pretty good. Riolu is still gonna be good as it always is. So yeah. Anyway, to quickly go over this thing, to quickly go over how Riolu is. Riolu can now evolve evolve when it's happy, regardless of time of day. So you don't have to worry about that. It gets all the moves Riolu would normally learn. It can get Crunch at 25 if you're willing to wait that long. You can get Cross Chop at 31. You can also learn Nasty Plot if you want to have a special attacking Lucario. Speaking of Lucario, once you get a Lucario, it can now have adaptability as one of its abilities instead of Steadfast. A really good change. It can also get Bullet Punch at level 1. Lucario also now learns Aura Spear at level 31 and can learn Crunch at 25, Calm Mind at 28, and Aura Spear at 21. No, 31, sorry. But anyways, Lucario is also going to get a couple other interesting moves as well, like Dragon Pulse, Blaze Kick, Meteor Mash, and High Jump Kick. So yeah, the Riolo and Lucario line, very, very good. I would definitely recommend that. I would recommend picking up Riolo if you didn't start with Chimchar, or if you want a really good fighting type, then a really good and reliable fighting type. Anyways, that aside, in the basement area, the Pokemon encounters are actually the same, if you can believe it. The only difference is that there's water down there, and there's water down there that you can access with the bike, and Barboach can be found in the water instead of Corphish. Barboach, though, Barboach is basically a discount Swampert. Not as good as Swampert, but it's not the, but it won't just, but it's not gonna, it's not as good as Swampert, but it's still a decent Pokemon regardless. So hey, there you go. Anyways, I don't really have much to say about Barboach though, because Barboach is one of those Pokemon that kind of slips under the radar a lot, and nobody really seems to use it a lot. So yeah. But anyways, we are in Orberg City. What is this clown? A horse trainer. Cool trainer for super cool. Talk to the Pokemon Center if you want to find out more. Oh, right. That's right. There is that. Over in the left-hand corner, you can see 2 reporters there. We'll be getting into what those 2 reporters do next time. But anyways, that aside, we've made quite a bit of progress. We had two evolutions in one video. Went over a lot of cool encounters. Cool encounters in 2 routes. We fought Barry again, and we're now in Orberg City. Where next time we're gonna be taking on our first gym battle. Once we go find Rourke. We're also gonna see what those 2 reporters do. What those 2 reporters have in store for us, and everything you can do here in Orberg City as well. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.